Hi everyone. On my desk today I've got a pile of scraps in heavier weight papers or cardstock, scrapbook papers, and if you've been watching my channel you'll know that I've been working on making this family album, and to make this I used a whole lot of cardstock to make each one of the base pages and a lot of the ephemera, and I had to cut a lot of bits and pieces down to get different page sizes and cards and so on. So I ended up with a lot of scraps. So even things like making this sort of card, cutting a lot of things down, and I've got a whole lot of scraps all in the vintage style. So that's what's on my desk today, and what I wanted to do was use these up and make something useful rather than trying to store them and put them away. And so this is one of the things that I've been looking at making. So this is my first sample, and basically I've just taken different bits of the off-cut paper and made layered tags and decorated them. These are all the bits from the Making Beautiful Ephemera video, and then you can tuck in whatever you like and decorate it however you like. I could also use family photos to put on these little cards. So that's what I'm going to make today. And so if you look at this one, what I've tried to do to give it a little bit of contrast is I've gone, the back is dark and then light, then dark and then light, and then I've alternated patterns in it. It doesn't necessarily have to be 4 pieces, it can be whatever works with the papers that I've got. I'm going to endeavour not to use any more papers, just use what's on my desk and make the best use of that. So I'm just going to start picking up pieces. If I look at this tag, I think it's 3 inches wide by about 5.5 long as my base. So I'm just going to go through and cut them all up, and I'll be back. Okay, so I've cut roughly groups of sizes. So I've sort of got a small, medium and a large, and the large are about the size of this one, which was about 5.5 by 3. And these are the sort of scrappy bits that are left that can still be useful as tabs and so on. So all I'm going to do now is try and pick, so if I've got a dark base, pick something that looks nice on that, probably something with a pattern on it, so that looks nice. And then so if I take these decorations out and leave that sitting there at the top of the screen, so I've got a pattern which could be this hanging tag. I could have a different pattern sitting on the side and then something on the front, so that will do for that one. And then basically I'm just going to group my stuff together, and then I've just got an old credit card and I'm going to cut my tag corners. So I'll do the first one. So that's my base, and then this tag can go in the middle and hang from the top. So I think I like that way better. And then my side tag could be this one, so I might just trim another little bit off that, make it around 2.5, just to give me a little bit of room. And it's time I got a new blade for that cutter. So that can be that side tag. So again, make some corners. So for my hole punch in the middle, I just want to sit this roughly in the middle of that and hole punch that. Roughly in the middle. I'm going, because it's all a vintage theme, I'm going to ink everything. That's going to be my side tag. So I need an eyelet. And then, so that's my dangling tag. I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue to make that into a pocket. I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue on that underside there. And then that becomes a pocket. And then my top tag, again, I'm going to quickly ink and punch a hole. And then I need a little bit of string or ribbon. And I'm just going to staple that into position. And just scrunch that up a little bit with a bit more ink. And then this piece I'm going to glue down there on with an L shape, so that left hand side and that bottom piece. And I need something in there as well. I'm using different fibres in these holes. And then if I bring back my sample, I need something for the front, and I've got all these little bits and pieces. I think that brown or that brown looks nice. There's one that's sitting there like that. That could just glue on like that. That's just a window, I think, that I cut out for something. Might be part of a die cut. And that's just going to sit in that bottom, roughly in the bottom in the middle, and then I can decorate that. So where have I put my bits and pieces? So that one there, so you could have a little card that tucks in there, that little photo there, and that little card there when it was all dry. And so they look really nice. That's just, I've just rounded the corners on a piece of scrap card and added one of those little pieces of the tab, and then that's one of the vintage photos with a little tab on it, and that's just one of the tags. And then I could add a little paper flower like this one, something else on there. So I'm going to keep working on those and just pull from my different sizes of tags, and I will come back and show you my finished tags.